I'm going to talk a little bit today. I'm going to first of all read an excerpt from The Hand on the Freedom Plow, which uh, was written by, of course, Dr. Reagon. And I'm going to share with you an excerpt for uh, what inspired her to sing the song Over My Head. What we as artists are up to in the years to come and the generations to come. So I'll start off by reading the excerpt, and then I'll go into song, and then just really quickly talk about what comes out in this excerpt for me and possibly for you as well. Singing in the movement changed the way, these are the words from Dr. Reagon, singing in the movement changed the way I sang and why I sang. The first march from the Albany State College campus in 1961 was in support of two students, Bertha Gober and Blanton Hall, jailed for trying to purchase tickets at the white-only ticket counter. Annette Jones and I led the march in support of Bertha and Blanton. We left the campus silently, marching 2 by 2 up the hill, across the Flint River Bridge to the Albany Jail on Pine Street. SNCC Field Secretaries Cordell Reagan, Charles Sherrod, and Charles Jones were monitors. They rotated their positions, but throughout the march, one was directly in front of the line, walking backwards, while the other two walked up and down each side of our line. After circling the jail twice, we left downtown, but did not return to the campus. We met with the permission of the pastor, Reverend William Boyd, at the Union Baptist Church. Charles Jones looked at me and said, "Bernice, sing a song." I took a breath and started, "Over my head, I see trouble is in the air." As I moved down the first line, I knew it would not be a good idea to sing the word trouble, even though I knew we were in trouble, but did not think it would help. So instead, I put in freedom. And by the second line, everyone was singing, with me placing a new word, glory, justice, and so forth, for each cycle. Over my head, I see freedom in the air. Over my head, I see freedom in the air. Over my head, I see freedom in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Glory. Over my head, I see glory in the air. Over my head, I see glory in the air. Over my head, I see glory in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Justice over my head. I see justice in the air. Over my head, I see justice in the air. Over my head, I see justice in the air. There must be a God somewhere. What about love? Over my head, I see love in the air. Over my head, I see love is in the air. over my head. I see love is in the air. There must be a God somewhere. It was the first time I ever changed the text of a sacred song. It was the beginning of my understanding how to use what I had been given in that body of old songs we had learned growing up in school and church. I'd always been a singer, but I had been singing what other people taught me. At that moment, in Union Baptist, I claim these sacred songs truly as my own. They were mine to use for my contemporary journey. I could change the text to articulate and support what we were trying to do in fighting segregation. And I want to thank Dr. Reagon, our beloved, for providing us with this roadmap on how to use these songs for our contemporary journey. It is a time continuum. It doesn't stop. And quickly, I mean, as we look at that last sentence, I could change the text to articulate and support what we are trying to do in fighting segregation, in fighting the homelessness, in fighting economic strife, in fighting the same struggles of injustice. We are still at this. It's not going to stop. And our sister brought us through it by talking in the beginning, singing in the movement, changed the way I sang and why I sang. Well, we can turn that into a question, right? How are we currently? How does singing for the movement change the way we sing today? Change the poetry that we write? How is it changing us? For me, it changed me in many ways, political or police brutality, being homeless myself. These are things that brought me to the movement and changed the way I sing. And I sing for justice. I sing for the people. I sing with my spirit and my heart. And I went and I found the movement. So we can easily take some of the nuggets that were given to us by Dr. Reagon and be able to turn it into questions so we can ask ourselves these things. In the same way, say if you had a tune and you want to rearrange it and we want to add new text to it, is this new text helpful? She does mention it. When she talked about over my head, I see trouble is in the air. She said, yeah, there's definitely trouble. But was using the word trouble going to help? She thought not. And I would actually say, I agree with her. She took the word freedom, a positive reinforcement that would cause us to take action and motivate us to take the stand. So when we are questioning our songs that we write for the movement, that we write to encourage each other, it would be wise not to always just write the song about what is happening today. I think most of us know what's going on, but how can we keep our eye on the prize and how can we stay uplifted? This is what Sister Reagon was trying to show us, that she was motivated not to just write or sing about what's going on. And last points these are sacred songs. They're anointed songs. They're holy songs. They have stood the test of time. Dare I say, when we are long gone, these songs will still be here, encouraging us. They are vessels that bring the message of freedom, of liberation through. That's what they're here for. They're vessels for us. And as it was stated in the excerpt, These are sacred songs to be claimed as our own. We don't have to be afraid of singing them or feeling like we're going to be any which way. These songs are ours. They were made, they were created for us to go forward. And so this is the exciting time. And they're here for us to use these. They want, the songs want us to use them and to bring them into the next generation. That is our call as artists. This is the call that inspired Dr. Reagon to sing over my head, "Trouble is in the Air." It caused us to write, and Poor People's Campaign, to do that with the songs, to give them new life for our contemporary journey. So again, I want to thank Dr. Bernice Johnson Reagon for, in her transition, she left these jewels for us to keep going. So we should rejoice in the work that she's done and rejoice and go forward. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm very excited to be able to share my feelings of these excerpts with you.